Peace and love. Greetings from the United States version of Wakanda, Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, peace and love to everyone. I'm Dr. Tiy-E Muhammad, licensed therapist, licensed professional therapist, I should say, license number 009-009-769, something like that. I just want to thank everybody for joining me on this first episode. A lot of people been asking me, like, dude, hey, you're the original love doctor. You've been doing this. You opened the gates for a lot of people. I was the first person actually, who was doing radio, television, who had written books, and so much more as it relates to love, relationships, and sex. So starting every Wednesday, I want to give back to the people who've been asking me, like, when are you coming back? I'm back. 5-year hiatus. My mom passed. Just went through a lot, a lot of good things. It was time to sit down for a minute and just enjoy life. But I'm back, and I wanted to start off tonight. Again, greetings from the United States version of Wakanda, Atlanta, Georgia. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters. I see some of my family's already joining me. Maurice, Cortez, Swan, Fatima, Trina, Candace, Tanya, Robinette. Let's just have some fun. Tonight's theme is when you get in my bed, you get in my head. A lot of times what happens in relationships or just the beginnings of interactions between man and woman, that a lot of times a man believes that, hey, it's just sex, and the woman sometimes goes along with the game of saying, hey, you know what, I can deal with this. But in the back of her mind, she's saying, he hasn't had me yet. I'm starting off making him think like, okay, my body is for you, but actually her mind is for him. But she's giving him the body to get attention. But the man gives attention to get the body. So the way we configure this and make it one is understand and understand completely, especially my men. Once you're in a woman's bed, you're inside of her head. I don't care how much a woman tells you she thinks like a man, she acts like a man. It's not in her nature. If she does it, she's going against her nature, which happens in today's time. And it's usually because the woman has been hurt. She's been hurt, brothers. She's been through a lot, and we owe her a lot. And I'm talking to my black family, but I'm also talking to my white brothers, my Asian brothers, my Latino brothers, my Caribbean brothers. We got to step up. So going back to the theme for the night, when you're in a woman's bed, what you're giving her is your mind, your body, and your spirit. Even if you don't kiss her, even if it's just intimacy, but here's something that's stronger than kissing. Once you penetrate that woman, you've entered her home. It's like, think of yourself where you live. You live in a home, a condo, a loft, an apartment. As a woman, think women, when you allow a man into your home, you're saying, I trust you. You're okay with me. I believe in what you're presenting. Men, what we don't realize is when a woman allows us to come into her home, she's saying she trusts you. She's saying she's there. She's there with you, and she wants to be with you. And then we get to sex. We get to the bedroom. Oh, the miraculous bedroom is nothing. Marvin Gaye said it best. That's why I picked Marvin Gaye for the night. When I get that feeling, I want sexual healing. There's nothing greater, nothing more passionate, nothing more divine than sex, than intimacy. Sex is how about whether you have a sex for procreation or recreation. Sex is a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. You cannot deny that. If you have, you've been scorned or you've not been with the right person. So again, getting back to the evolution of man and woman in the bedroom, we have to be careful in accepting our responsibilities in that bedroom. As a man, as many, I've been with a couple of women in my day. I've been with a couple of women in my day. And I prided myself on always being honest with women. And I thought that was the key. I'm honest with you, baby. You're not the only one. You're one of some. You're one of many. But you're not the only one. So I took pride in that. Listen for a minute. Trying to hold back these feelings for so long. Anyway, so I had a moment. So now that I've been honest with the woman and I told her it's all about you, I'm thinking there's no more responsibility on me. If she gets her feelings caught up, that's on her. That's where it's all wrong. Because men, we know, most of us know, that once we engage with the woman, especially in sexual intercourse, we're captivating her mind. We've come inside of her bed, thus we're inside of her head. There's no way around that. No matter how we try to play the game, men, and not try to acknowledge that we're inside of her head, we are. Fatima, we think that by allowing him to think there is no connection, the sex will make him connect. False hope. Absolutely correct, Fatima. You're absolutely correct. We think that, women think that by allowing him to think that there's a disconnect, oh man, she thinks like a man. We know we're on the same page. That ladies are okay, and ladies, you're not. It's a game that you play with yourself. It's a game that you play with men. And the onus, honestly, the men say, well, it's the woman's responsibility. No, brothers, it's the king's responsibility. You are the king. You are the king, the Lion King, if you will. And you know it's your responsibility to not only to let her know, but say, if you don't want to be inside of her head, don't get inside of her bed. Because it's not that moment with you that I'm worried about. It's that moment without you that I'm worried about. It's that moment when you leave that I'm worried about. It's that moment when she's with the next man that wants to be the man that he wants, that she needs, that she desires, that she wants, but she can't receive him because of what you did to her. That's real, brothers. Once we get inside that woman's head and we destroy her, we put her to a place where she is emotionless, then the next man comes along like, yay, it's me, baby. I love you. I want you. It's all about you and me. But she's already disconnected because of the brother prior to and what you did to her. So our Trina Lee says wrong. Man, I understand, Trina. I get you. Again, you have some sisters out here who, you know, they understand, they absorb, they are inundated in the game, but on the majority, Trina, the majority of women, they can't handle that. It's not who they are on the inside. Again, there are rare exceptions. There's no such thing as definitive. There's very few things that are definitive, like death is definitive. The color of your skin, as far as your nationality, whatever, that's definitive in most cases. But as me talking about relationships, me talking about sex is not definitive. I'm speaking objectively, so I'm speaking for the majority. I'm going to get to some questions because we are tuned in for 30 minutes and 30 minutes only because I want to make sure everybody gets what they need and be able to get out. So here's one of the questions I got earlier today, and thank you for the question. This question is from a sister by the name of Sybil out of Philadelphia. She says, I grew up a church girl. How do I get out of my head to have a more fulfilling sex life? Again, Sybil says, I grew up a church girl. How do I get out of my head to have a more fulfilling sex life? Anybody that believes, that doesn't know that the church is all about sex, shouldn't be in church. The church is built on sex. Brothels used to be allowed in the church. It was up until syphilis came that they kicked off, they shut down the brothels and started torturing the prostitutes who were ladies of the church for the clergy. So church has always been a very big part sex has always been a very big part of the church. And St. Augustine, who was honestly a whoremonger, was one of the men who came along and said, you know what, I've cleansed my spirit. We need to, be cleansed, be with, we don't need sex, and kind of change the game up. But look it up. You don't believe me? Look up St. Augustine and sex in the church. But back to Sybil, what you need to do, sister, is understand that let's deal with it, attraction versus distraction, or law versus nature. The laws, according to your scriptures, the law says man and woman shouldn't be engaged in sexual intimacy unless they are married. The nature of man and woman, when you put a man and woman in a room long enough, nature will outdo the law every time. So the nature of who we are as man and woman can't be defined in a book. So if you are Sybil, get out of your own head. If you're thinking that you can't be intimate with your man, you can't give him what he needs sexually because of your involvement in the church. Do you think that the top clergy in your church, that man standing on the pulpit or that woman is not sexually involved? If you don't believe he is, We need to have a serious talk. I mean, I'm selling water out of the Atlantic Ocean, if you believe that. So yeah, get with the reality that sex is very active in the church, and my church goers, I'm not trying to, switch you anyway and try and emasculate the church. What I'm just trying to help everybody understand is, if you are true to give you an example, according to studies, according to research, the most people who go to church have a higher, they have a more active and a more enjoy sex more than people who don't go to church. Why do you think that is? Because when people go to church, I mean, people are dressed their best, people are smelling their best, people are feeling their best. Remember, sex is a confidence game. Sex is about confidence. And a lot of people go to church and they leave church, they're feeling at their best. They're feeling confident. And why do you think some men who are not into the church go to church to find women who are in the church? Something to ponder. Twyla just said, yes, they do everything in the church. My sister Valerie joined in, Angela White, Latoya joined in. Thank you very much. And let me go to the next question. The next question is, and this is from someone out of Atlanta, Georgia. Yay. And it says, my man and I are in an open relationship. How do I get him to crave just me? My man and I are in an open relationship. How do I get him to crave just me? You get him to crave just you by asking him, what are your desires of your heart, baby? Because men, there's no man alive that don't crave women, other women, period. If he's into women, he craves other women. It's just the nature of who he is. But what do you have to do to get him to crave just you? You have to ask him, come through his ego and say these words. I'm into you. I adore you. I enjoy you. All this is for you, baby. All of it. What do you want it? How do you want it? Before you go outside those doors, come and ask me to do it for you. I got everything you need right here. I can be your stripper. I can dress up. We role play. You want me to tickle you someplace that you feel like I don't want to tickle you? I'll tickle you there. You want me to dance? You want me to, run around butt naked with a mohawk, with a tomahawk, I should say? I'll do that for you. Come to his ego and let him know I got you. So a lot of times, women, you guys just assume because you feel like a man can read your mind, but we can't. So you think like, I've heard women say so much, yeah, I take care of my man, I satisfy my man. And then you ask the woman, like, did you ask him? Is he satisfied? Well, no, I don't have to ask him. Yes, you do. Ask him. Say, what do you need? What do you need? Am I giving it to you the way you wanted it to be given to you? And see what she says. Brother Swan says, sex is a stimulant that allows the body to channel its highest vibrations. Absolutely. Sex is definitely a stimulant. Sex is a very major stimulant, and we got to get into it and enjoy it the way it should be enjoyed. Again, when the man gets inside the woman's head, being in the bed, he's automatically, when she says, you're in my bed, you're in her head. Automatically. I don't care if sex doesn't take place. She's saying she trusts you. Because the average woman takes her bed and her bed, she takes her bed very seriously, put it that way. She loves her bed. That's her rest haven. So as a man, if you are allowed to lay next to her in that bed, she's telling you, baby, you know what? You're in my head. You got me stimulated. You got me into you. So what next? What now? What do we do now? And she want to see if she can trust you, if you're going to continue to be the guy to come by. Or she may just be lonely that night. It's a rainy day, rainy outside, rainy night, I should say. Now, mind you, rain is nature's love making music. So a woman, if it's raining, if it's during the holiday seasons, if it's during the winter season, if women who have children, women who just got a relationship that didn't go well, these are very vulnerable women. In most cases, in a lot of cases, very vulnerable. And the man don't have to say a whole lot to get to that place where he desires. But if she lets you in, she's saying to you without saying it, I'm vulnerable right now. I just need somebody to hold me. I just need somebody to touch me the right way. I need somebody to kiss me the right way. Need somebody to open the door for me. Need somebody to just say, you know what, baby, give me your car keys. Let me go put some gas in your car. That's what it's all about. You know, it's all about that woman saying she's into you. And it's all about that man understanding what that means. Now, let me get on my men. Let me have me some water real quick. For those of us who just joined in, and a lot of people are coming in, this is your brother, Dr. Tiy-E Muhammad, joining you from the United States version of Wakanda, Atlanta, Georgia. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters. To my men, I encourage you first to read a book. It's a book by James Allen. It's called As a Man Thinketh. As a Man Thinketh by James Allen is one of the most phenomenal books you ever read. It's about 67 pages long, 67 pages long, and it's a short book. It's maybe about 5 by 7, if that big. And in this book, it teaches men, or it teaches people how to think, how to understand your thoughts and how your thoughts are manifested into realities. Actually, The Secret was based off this book, I believe. Because As a Man Thinketh was around way before The Secret became popular over a decade ago. But As a Man Thinketh, it helps men to channel their inner being. It helps a man understand that your thoughts are who you are. You know, for the men, I always say there's 2 types of men. There are 2 types of men. Men who love women, I gotta get vulgar for a minute. Men who love women and men who love pussy. 2 different types of men. Men who love women will honor, respect women as best they can. Men who love the vagina, that's all it's about. It's all about the sex for him. Nothing else. If you walk into a room, ladies, how you can tell the difference? If you are naked and a man walks into the room and he can just jump right in and start having sex, he's into vagina. But if that man needs to be stimulated just like you need to be stimulated, he needs to be encouraged, he needs to be turned on, that means he's into women, he's into you. Now, is that definitive? Absolutely not. But in a lot of cases it is. Because, you know, you have to understand the real. And what I mean by the real is men who are into women. So, like, for example, I'm into women. I love women. I always have. I love myself some women, right? But if she didn't stimulate me, if I'm not into you, if I'm not encouraged by the way you walk, by the way you talk, by the way you smell, I can't go to bed with you. But then there could be a brother right next to me who don't give a damn about those attributes. He sees vagina, he thinks vagina. Brother Turner says, shh, Muhammad. Sister Hope, what's going on? She said, what a swirly straw. COT for life. Nikita Bell, Jerome, thank you for joining in. Lady McNeil, men who love what? Did you just join me? We're talking about the difference between loud. Peace and love, my brother. Shout out. We're talking about the difference between men who love women and men who love vagina. And that's what their aim is. So allowing a man to get into your bed allows him to get into your head, but understand who that man is before he get into your bed. Understand if he's about you or if he's about the sex. Now, if you just want sex from that man and you understand what that's going to carry over to, meaning how you going to feel once he leaves or once you're with the next man and this man who left you in the bed, how he made you feel, you can't carry that into the next man. And taking that and looking at the bigger picture of woman, you got to put yourself in a position where you're with a man who you feel, who you enjoy, who you know. If you're into it for the long term, the long haul, you know he's the one. So if you're gonna let him in your head, make sure it's somebody that, hey, you're gonna be with for a while. Because a lot of times you get men that comes into your head or into your bed, and you know, women instinctively, your intuition tells you he's not the one. You may say he's just for practice, and that's okay. If he's for practice, let it be about practice. That means in and out. You grown, he in and out. But if you start trying to invest, and what's interesting about us, we start investing time into a relationship, that we know doesn't work for us. But we'll go to a job. Give you an example. If you invest money into the Bitcoins, which is very popular right now, the cryptocurrency, you invest money into cryptocurrency and you get no return on your money after 6 months, or you start losing money. Will you keep that money there, or would you take it out? More than likely, you're going to take it out. Let's say you lose everything. Let's say you lose all the money that you invest. You've invested $5,000 and you lose it all. Do you reinvest in Bitcoins, or do you say, I'm done with it? It's the same way in relationships. It's amazing how we will walk away from a bad investment monetarily, but we don't walk away from bad investments of our hearts and our souls. People aren't good for you. They're not good for your soul, for your spirit. You got to walk away from that. I can't be any more real than that. Sister Twyla says, never do long-term stuff with temporary people. Absolutely. If you know that, if you know you have long-term goals and you with a temporary person, no. My favorite word to use or term to use, #leave. #leave. I can't be any more realer than that. I'm gonna get another question. Again, if you have a question, and you want to ask me, then feel free to hit me on if you have my cell number, or just post your question right now. You know what I'm saying? The next question is, this is interesting. This is kind of off the subject, but within the subject. It says, and it's from Stephanie out of L.A. She says, I have a relationship with a guy and I don't like the sex. What should I do? I don't want to hurt his feelings because he's a good guy. And I have relationships with a guy and I don't like the sex. I don't want to hurt his feelings and leave him. What should I do? You should leave him. #leave. People, if you're with someone and you're not enjoying them sexually, and that's something that you enjoy, yeah, if you've tried, hear this. If you put forth the effort to get that person to be who you desire for them to be, you've tried to teach them, for example, let's say, ladies, you like nipple orgasms, and he avoids your nipples altogether. And you said to him, listen, I need you to stimulate my nipples because that's what excites me. That's what gets me off. And he says, I'm not a nipple person. I don't particularly like nipples. Then he's not the guy for you. He's letting you know who he is. But if he said, well, baby, teach me, show me. Because sometimes when we get confused about people, when we truly get confused about, there are people who are put on this earth who are just good at what they do. So you may have been with a man or woman who held it down, who took you from A to Z, and you was just like, yeah. Then you give the next person, you expect that person to know the same thing, and it's just not who they are. Some people innately know how to generate things out of your body. It's like the dance that I love and adore so much, Chicago stepping. There's some people that I can dance with, and it's like, whoa, that was a nice dance. Some people I'm dancing with, and I'm like, when is this song going to end? When is this song going to end? It's been long enough. But going back to the question, sister, if you're not into him sexually and you've extended your knowledge to him and you've tried to show him now, here's how you educate a brother about intimacy. First of all, you can't scream at him. You can't do it during sex. You have to wait till you're having a discussion. Let's say right now I'm in a man cave and you were a lady and you had me in your basement, or we're talking about listening to some Marvin Gaye, and you say, well, baby, you know what? I enjoy you. I know you enjoy me. What can I do to please you more? Now put the onus on yourself as the woman. Put it on yourself. Say, what can I do to please you as my man to make this better for you? But because it's not about you. It's about you getting him to ask you the same question. So he said, well, babe, what can I do to please you? Because I want to make this better for you. And he'll be like, you know what? I need you to rub my toes. I need you to get some jelly or some jam. Put it on my back. You know what I'm saying? And put some butter on there. Act like I'm a pancake and eat my back. Or whatever. I'm just joking with you. But I'm saying that to say that you're describing what it is that you want, what it is that you desire. So now that you're telling the person what it is, now he's going to ask you, well, baby, what it takes to please you. Here's the thing. If he asks you, you ask me, now I want to ask you, you got yourself a good man. If he doesn't return that question, you're with one selfish man, and you need to hashtag leave his, leave him. Hashtag leave. Because he's not communicating in the manner in which you want to be communicated to. Yeah, so it's all about that communication. Once you communicated with that brother, once you told him this is what you enjoy, this is what you like, and he still openly is not giving it to you, move on, sister. Brother Eldred, welcome. My brother Lynn Williams, welcome. Thank you. Swan says, karma, social principles. Can you speak on the teachings, learning how to love a person? Some people need to understand how to master the principle. How to love a person. Great question, Swan. How to love a person, it starts with loving yourself. There's no way I can love you unless I love me. True love starts from within. It's kind of like my vegan movement I have going on called One Sexy Vegan. People think sexy is a physical thing. Sexy is a spiritual thing. Sexy is confidence. You got to have confidence in yourself. That's what sexiness is. I love me. There's nobody can love me the way I love me. Not my wife, not my children, no one except Allah, the Most High. There's the only person who can love me greater than I can love myself. I love me some me. And that's why I can love other people, because I take pain and turn it into love. I've been through some things in my life. Man, I've been through some things. Born on the south side of Chicago in the projects. My dad was a heroin addict. My mom addicted to pain pills. Both died sick. My brother died of hypertension due to unhealthy diet and not taking care of himself. A lot. My family's been through a lot. Love my sisters who are currently here. Laverne, Curlin, and Gugu. Love them. But my family, we've been through a lot. But you know what? We're going through that type of pain. Losing my mom, my dad, my brother. Other things that happened in my life made me love greater, made my love greater. How many of you ever seen the 5 heartbeats? You ever seen the 5 heartbeats? Just throw some love out there. You've seen the 5 heartbeats. The greatest part of that movie was when Robert Townsend says, when they got their award for the group, he says, tonight is a special night because I'm leaving the group. He said, a writer once told me that I'll become a greater writer once I've experienced more pain. And I'm paraphrasing. And what he was saying was, to write about love, you got to know pain. People, I'm the love doctor because I know pain. But pain doesn't rule me. Love rules me. You know? Love rules all of me. Confidence, yes. Lady McNeil, I love me some me. I know you do. Sexy as confidence, June. Thank you. Reese, leave hope alone. Lorraine Fauché, thank you for joining my sister. Sylvan Aaron, go mob, to my brothers of Phi Beta Sigma. And I got 2 more minutes. So real quickly, for those of us, mental health and relationship issues, sex issues is what I do. One of the things, many things that I do. If you're interested in what I do, go here to my website, onelovecounseling services.com. And check it out. Check me out. That's my counseling website, and I have a private practice here in Atlanta, Georgia, downtown Decatur. If you want to schedule some office hours, I'm available. And also, I want to give a plug to my new baby, One Sexy Vegan. To all my vegans out there, woo-hoo! To Brother Swan, to Brother Maurice, to all my vegans. Go to onesexyvegan.com. We have shirts. Bam, One Sexy Vegan. Eat healthy. Live sexy. That's a man's shirt. This is the female, one of the many female shirts that we have. We have 5 different colors. That's One Sexy Vegan. Now, mind you, you don't have to be a vegan to get these shirts. It's about eating healthy and living sexy. Eat healthy, live sexy. That's the brand's mantra. That's what we live by. I'm going to write down. Thank you, Maurice, for typing in the website. I'm going to type it again. onesexyvegan.com. Thank you again, my brother. Go to the website. Thank you, Sam, man, for joining in. Go Mob. And, man, it's been real. This is the first of many Wednesdays. I want you to email me your questions for next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is gonna be another hot topic. I'll put the topic up on Facebook next Monday to get you all wired up, get you ready to go. But again, sex, love, and relationships with Dr. Tiy-E Muhammad from the Man Cave. This is where I come in and I marinate. This is where I come and enjoy some peace of mind. So I want to give that to you. I've been off the grid for a minute, but I'm back. And there's nobody, I repeat, there's nobody better. There's nobody can do what I do better than what I can do. When it comes to love and relationships, you hear that? That means it's 9:30. Whenever you hear that song come on, that's my alarm. That means it's time for me to shut it down. Again, there's nobody better than doing what I do. When it comes to love, sex, and relationships, this is my passion. This is what my purpose is. This is what God put in me. I'm Dr. Tiy-E Muhammad, again, from the United States version of Wakanda, Atlanta, Georgia. I say peace and love to my people. And check out the websites, onesexyvegan.com and onelovecounseling.com. Valerie McClendon, thank you, my sister. Proud of you. I appreciate that, sister. I'm out. Peace and love.